everyone will advance to the brackets. After that, whatever happens, happens. And we are underway, as you're going to find that all of the regular items, such as this lovely sword, are in their vanilla locations.
Yeah, that's one of the special things about the flags that we're running for this particular tournament, is that the overworld itself isn't being randomized as it has been for Zelda 1 randomized tournaments in the past.
Exactly. Now, that does mean that the white sword item is in its vanilla location. However, it most likely will not be a white sword. So, the Armos item is still going to be a unique item. It will likely not be the power bracelet, which is good because it's actually not required in this flag set. We'll explain later. And you notice the enemies are on the overworld, and we have Wizrobes on the overworld today.
Yeah, it's going to make some easier dungeons, and it's going to make, occasionally that means some overworld screens are just like no-go nightmares.
And if you remember the qualifier seed earlier today, I actually did see that, qualifier number 39. There were Wizrobes in 5 of the dungeons, and one of them was actually very, very important at the end of the race. I won't spoil it too much for those who may not have seen it yet and still want to watch it. But yeah, I'm sure these runners are happy to have a break from those Wizrobes after that qualifier earlier today.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. At the same time, we don't want to find Molars either, though. No, looks like they're handling it fairly well with Dark Falls going for the standard block clipping to make it easier, while Can't Find Bombs is just straight up fighting them and doing a good deal of it too.
We did notice that Gomas are in Sphere 6 today. We also see that level 6 item, one of them is the heart container. Actually, looks like both of them are the heart containers. So 2 heart containers in 6 today.
It's also very quick to see both the items found in level 6 already, considering it's generally one of the bigger dungeons in shapes.
I do agree. It's it being one of the bigger dungeons. I believe I actually just learned this. I didn't realize it was that this was possible until earlier today. Apparently, you can have up to 40 rooms in a level 6 in shapes. So that being able to find both items that quickly, as you said, remarkable that they were found that quickly.
Of course, they're going to continue hunting while it's easy in level 6, because none of the enemies so far, apart from this land molars, seem particularly dangerous. They're going to just continue hunting for that lovely Triforce piece.
Now, Dark Falls did skip that Goma, of course. You can block clip into the stairway, but that Goma might make it a little more difficult. We have a room of Moblins here in this dungeon. So Moblins are a dungeon enemy. I guess they swap places with the Wizrobes.
That's a trade I take any day of the week.
Same. And we're going to get the race synced up here, which is why you heard a moment of silence there on our audio. So that will be synced up. Looks like Russian Bishop is exploring level 2.
Yeah, he's also gotten lucky. Like, it looks like the Zols, the big slime enemies, are very squishy today, because normally they'd split up when you hit them with sword. In this case, they just die in a single hit.
This actually works out nicely because they can use those for farming for whatever items they drop normally when you hit them with a stronger sword. So you can actually farm those with a wooden sword. That's actually not a bad thing but I don't believe they're in the group that drops bombs, so it may not be something they actually want to farm.
They are not, but it's still handy to just have them die in one hit, because it can be a little annoying to deal with otherwise.
Agreed. And Dark Falls is working in level 6 right now. Actually, 3 of our runners are still working level 6. Can't Find Bombs just left level 6, I believe. And he is now going to continue. Looks like none of our runners so far have found the Triforce in level 6. So that is still at large. So having both items is good. But the Triforce, since we know they're both heart containers, the Triforce is the thing they really need.
Yeah, it might have been that Can't Find Bombs just, like, I believe at the time of this he didn't have any bombs. He might have just decided he was not blocked at that point, while the other runners went into level 6 with bombs, and they have more options.
I find it coincidental that we're talking about Can't Find Bombs and not having bombs.
Yeah, it was actually funny earlier on, like, they all killed a single blue Octorok on the first screen they entered, and the only one who didn't get bombs was Can't Find Bombs. It's very appropriate naming.
So we are, let's see what JP is doing right now. He went continue back to the start of level 6. He is taking another trip in. And Dark Falls is fighting the Zols right now. He's finding out that they are squishy, just like Russian Bishop did. Oh, Goma in level 2 as well. We have Gomas in 2 levels today.
And it's always annoying to find because, well, if you're still missing something in it, then you always lose that lingering feeling in the back of your mind, wondering, am I gonna have to come back here with the arrow to get something? Well, the bow and arrow.
The good news is that Goma was not blocking the Triforce. It was in the next room. So Russian Bishop is our first of our restream runners, at least, leaving our normal level 1 location to get the level 2 Triforce out of there. And he's going to move on to his next location.
Yeah, looks like he's making his way through it now. Probably going to pick up a heart from Monaco Rock and then make his way to where Vanilla level 2 would be.
Now, we don't have any items marked for him, and we know that there were 2 heart containers in level 6. So, assuming he didn't pick up anything useful, I'm guessing he must have picked up 1 heart out of that level, unless I forgot that he went to level 6.
He only has explored level 2 so far, so I imagine it did drop a heart because it didn't seem take the time to pick up any of the overworld hearts before this one.
Yeah, that does make sense. Both items in level 2, for those who may not be familiar with it, are floor drops. So even if he did find the second item, he might know what that second item is. We don't know yet because we didn't see it. So if we see something in his inventory, we'll see if we can get that straightened away. Right now, Russian Bishop is trying to find out what the Armos item is. So you're going to notice he's going to touch the Armos in various screens here, and if he doesn't find an item under any of them, he'll move on to the next screen and see what that is. Right now, he's stopped to pick up some cash, and he gets 39 rupees after the 20% cut.
It's not bad. That's definitely not a bad medium secret. Like, if he grabs the one in this particular screen, if he wants to, he would be guaranteed to be able to afford the blue candle, I believe.
Now, he did take a death there. Meanwhile, we do have Dark Falls heading over to level 2, or Sphere 2, as he would call it right now. He does have both the hearts from level 6, so he is going to find at least 1 more here. And the Triforce right in the very next room. Isn't that the most convenient place for a Triforce?
It usually is, yeah. Also means you can easily save it for picking up later.
Indeed. And one thing we didn't make note of is that the blue danger noodles are present here as well. That is probably one of the more hated boss enemies here because they move so fast, and if you go into the room, they chase you down.
Yeah, and without, like, in a wide open room like this, there's just no particularly good way of dealing with it. Actually, apparently it looks like if you stand in a doorway like that, they can't hit you, but you can hit them. That's something.
Yep, when this mechanic of the game, the invincibility frame, does allow you to, when they're taking damage, they can't in turn damage you when they're flashing. So that's something that Dark Falls has taken advantage of there. When he's damaging it can't damage him.
And JP just has grabbed the silver arrows so far, and the Triforce out of level 4. That's some pretty good pickups. Oh, the Armos item was the silver arrows. Wow.
Ooh, that's a good Armos item.
That is a really good Armos item. It must have been vanilla considering where he was. Vanilla location, that is. Obviously, the Armos item isn't silver vanilla.
Now, we did have a white sword item check earlier, and I didn't see what it was. So, unless you saw it, dude, I would have to see. Maybe chat saw it and can help us out with it.
Yeah, I definitely didn't take note of what it was.
Can't Find Bombs did check it, I just didn't see what it was.
It was a hard situation, it might have just been yet another heart. But we'll keep an eye out on our other runners to figure it out.
Darkfall is not very happy with this tip from the old man.
He's actually setting up for... There we go, he was setting up for a bomb drop. Well, a bomb manipulation. Normally when you kill your 10th enemy with a bomb, you get a bomb, and you can actually manipulate that by just hitting the old man over and over.
We are getting information on what the white sword item was, too. We're being told that it was the croissant, and that means that Can't Find Bombs, at least, will not be finding the bracelet later, because it's not needed. And I said later that we would explain why it's not needed. To detail that, because everything that's not a dungeon is this vanilla location, that means that the warp staircases are also in their vanilla locations. So they provide fast travel, but since that's all the bracelet unlocks, you don't need the bracelet.
It's still very convenient to find very early though. It makes the location where we can find bombs right now significantly quicker to access, for example.
So ex-Russian Bishop is over at the Vanilla Blue Ring shop location. He does find the staircase, and guess what? The Blue Ring is there for a rupee more than usual.
Yeah, it's actually very close to this vanilla inventory of the Blue Ring shop. It's just got keys instead of cheap baits.
And here we see some of the Gurias, normally a dungeon enemy. They're on the overworld this seed as well. Russian Bishop fighting some of them off to get around the forest. And Campfire Bob is also exploring level 4 right now, we should note. So he's seeing what's in there. I did not see anything in there yet, so I'll try to keep an eye on that to see what he finds. We have a fairy recovery for Russian Bishop. And looks like Campfire Bombs did find the compass, so he's getting instant information on where that Triforce is located in level 4. It's about 3 rooms away from the compass, now 2 from where he is now. Lionel's in the dungeons. That is... yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, this must have been swapped with the Koreas.
Nah, the Wizrobes.
Maybe.
They're the 2 most annoying enemies, I think, in the game, so that's probably what was swapped.
We actually have a very full assortment of dungeon enemies on the overworld now. Look at it, because the one screen's out of level 2, and the Korea, and the Wizrobe, and the Pulse Voice, and the Stealth House.
Notice where Dark Falls just was. There was a ladder blocking a locked door there. So we don't know yet what if there's an item beyond that spot in level 2. If there is, and it's an important item, that could come into play later. The ladder could be required there.
Yeah, and there's a shutter door blocked by Goma. So, it wouldn't surprise... like, we're almost certainly going to see a revisit from level 2 if, well, one of the items there is required. I don't think about it, because we already found the Triforce. That was really easy.
Yeah, Triforce is in the first room after you get in. So that means 2 of our runners have picked up the level 2 Triforce. Can't find bombs. Is checking the forgotten spot. Clearly hasn't forgotten about it. And there's some cheap meat.
It's also got the blue candle, so that means the only way to get the blue candle is by opening up the forgotten spot or the hidden shop in Dead Mountain, which you usually don't have much of a reason to visit. So our hunters or runners are going to be either going to the forgotten spot to buy the candle, or they're going to have to find the red candle.
And the red candle, of course, is one of the dungeon items. The blue candle would be the one that you purchase, and it is a weaker version of the candle. So naturally, they want to find the red candle if they were to need candle power at all. That way, they can save their money for things like, you know, potions.
Sort of fun screen to be on to begin with.
And level 8 looks like one of our items is a heart container there. There are hearts everywhere in this seed. I've not seen a lot of interesting items yet at all.
I mean, that's it tends to happen with Hard Shuffle. Most of the items in the game, when you think about it, are hearts, so when they're being shuffled, they end up all over the place.
Well, this is a higher level than usual. So far, besides the croissant, the only useful item we've seen is the silver arrow. And so far, only one runner has picked that up. So we're already getting close to the 15-minute point. The runners are probably wondering when something's going to turn up here. That one Octrog chasing Dark Falls up the mountain. And Dark Falls is now also going to check out level 4. Can't find bombs is over in level 2. He's finding one of the ladder blocks. That could be a bomb hole over there, but if not, then it won't matter. We already suspect the ladder may be needed here.
For the items, anyway.
Correct.
JP and Exversion and Bishop are exploring what is typically in shapes the second largest dungeon in the game, after level 9 of course. And level 8, it does have 3 items in it, so it tends to be lucrative, but it's also got dark nuts in it, which are like, one of the least pleasant enemies that apparently didn't get swapped to the overworld unlike all the other ones.
This is a great room to get the dark nuts in, because if they're in the middle, you can just hang out at the bottom and basically stab them while they can't do anything to you. On the downside, if they can both come in and corner you, then you have to use some slick sword strategies to avoid getting damaged by them.
Yeah, it's a good dance with the dark nuts that JP is doing so far. Really wants that fairy, but the fairies are
Fairy,
often
come
very
back, please!
trolly like that.
Come
yeah.
back!
I'm not even surprised that it just disappears on him.
Yeah, that fairy did not want to help. Hey, you want me? Too bad! Ooh, there's an item of use. Red candle found in level 8.
That's actually quite convenient with how inconvenient the candle shops are located this time.
That's also the first repeatable use weapon other than a sword that Russian Bishop has picked up, so it gives him something he can use. It also helps him light rooms.
It definitely makes fighting certain enemies a lot safer.
Well, as he takes a death after flaring one of the Tektites.
But yeah, Tektites that don't die in one hit are very annoying to deal with, because the knockback is very unpredictable compared to most enemies. Not least because you can't see them while they're being knocked back.
JV being careful to avoid the traps in that NSU room. NSU room is a bad room for traps to be in. Bad for a lot of fights because of all the extra space you have around there, so at least the traps are the only thing in there.
Yeah.
And Russian Bishop taking another death.
Yeah, like he's exploring level 8, and you can see level 8 is one of the more rough dungeons for combat in this particular seed with the dark nuts. And a lot of beamers all over the place.
I believe they're not called beams. I think they're just referred to as statues in the
You
manual.
might very well be right. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, we do have the Gleeok there. We have seen this Gleeok before, so this is not news. Russian Bishop is going to work his way through. He's going to take damage from the head and damage boost through. And Dark Falls is still working level 4. I don't think we've seen anything in there yet. Getting bought by a bubble.
No, he's mostly being harassed by bubbles, and considering this door has a shutter, or this room has a shutter door, it can't have an item staircase, so it's not gonna help us much. He has to get out somehow.
Well, it looks like the block push is how you get out. Oh, thank you, old man. I don't think this seed is beatable. Dark Falls taking us one step closer to proving it is beatable. Find the Triforce in level 4.
Yeah, that's his first Triforce, with all 4 runners on stream having now picked up 1 Triforce.
And JP was doing his own dance with the Dark Nuts, as you called it, and the Dark Nuts danced on him.
Yeah, very annoying enemies to deal with. Confident Bombs is going for one of the large overworld secrets. Yeah. Ooh, that's a very large overworld secret.
I think that was a 134, if I saw that right.
That was a 134.
2 of those filled your wallet immediately, not bad.
Yeah, this if the runners continue having a rough time with combat in this seed, this would be a very good one to buy the blue ring in, with how easily money is available.
I would be inclined to agree, based on the enemies that we've seen so far, level 8 especially being one of the early levels here. I would still probably go a couple more levels and see what the combat is like in those, but yeah, what we've seen so far is that Dark Nuts seem to be in a lot of places, and that could tell the story right there. So moving may be a good purchase. Russian Bishop's had enough of that level, and he's going to head to greener pastures. Darkfall's picking up one of the take any's here.
Yeah, and JP got cornered in that room by blue Dark Knights from both sides and didn't quite manage to land the sword hit to get the invincibility frames in time.
We found level 1. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. We have found level 1. So this is one of those 2 dungeons in the game that has 3 items in it. You're going to find 2 floor drops and 1 staircase item. So level 1 is also the smallest dungeon shapes generally. So that means it's a really good dungeon to explore, looking for some items to help you in the game.
And speaking of floor items in one, we actually found the raft as one of those floor items just now. You can't find bombs picking it up.
And that means that Russian Bishop should be picking that up very soon as well. And Darkfall's taking a death in level 8. So this level 8 is proving to be a combat challenge for pretty much at least for our on-screen runner.
Yeah, looks like level 1 at least has the nasty surprise of having some Lionels in it, but let's see what else it has in store.
Nice clock for Can't Find Bombs. That Lionel stood there unable to fire, and that's a free try for us for Can't Find Bombs.
Yeah, it's going straight back in, and looks like I see. So level 1 was candle blocked.
Russian Bridge just got that raft you mentioned a moment ago, so 2 of the runners now have that out of level 1. I see it marked for Darkfalls. We'll get that fixed because I see it incorrectly marked for Darkfalls. He's actually in level 8. It was actually I Can't Find Bombs who picked up the raft.
Let's see if we get a good scroll off enemy there. So nobody wants to find that one last blue Dark Knight. Perfect.
We found the bomb upgrades. I think that was 72 rupees, by the way, and it got 4 bombs. Just wanted to throw that out.
That's a really good deal. That with can't find bombs, picking up that huge large secret earlier, you could easily afford that bomb upgrade too.
I want to throw a note to JP's rupee count. He has 252 rupees. If he chooses to, he can go buy that blue ring right now from that vanilla blue ring location where it actually is today.
It looks like he's making his way up the mountain instead.
Yeah, because he's already there. He's going to get this explored while he's here. But we'll see what he does after he's done up here. He may just head up to level 9 location and check that out. But he's going to first check out level 3, which is where level 5 normally is.
Yeah, level 3 being one of the early levels is also typically decent to explore just because it's got the usual 2 items in it, but it's not going to be too big. It does look like it has the same enemies as level 8, so it might be a bit nasty in that regard. And
looks like JP using a bomb on the Darknet there. So I'm going to keep an eye on JP as much as I can here because this is new territory for us. We have not seen this yet. Looks like the blue candle might... actually, no, Can't Find Bombs bought that blue candle, obviously. So he has that in his inventory. JP decides to leave that Dark Knight alive. Gonna go down and see if it changes to a different enemy. It does. It changes into a tech type. That's your priority enemy in that room, and that's generally an easier kill. And there's
even taking 3 hits, it's still a significantly easier enemy. Ooh.
Oh, that's gonna need the ladder. Yeah, that ladder is pretty much confirmed needed now. I don't think you can go very far without it in this level. But we'll see what happens in a different direction.
It still hasn't gone down the passageway to the left hand. I believe up the bottom row there's another key door too. There's options here.
Can't Find Bombs is over in the raft spot right now. The other raft spot. That's where one of our take any's is. He's going to pick up an extra heart. He's up to 9 hearts on his count. Darkfall is going through one of the NSU rooms in level 8. Bats are normal damage today, nothing wrong with them. The Russian Bishop has joined JP in level 3, so that's 2 runners now going through level 3. Can't Find Bombs is doing some overworld exploration. Down to 1.5 hearts right now. Doesn't want to take it out to the overworld. That will send him all the way back to the vanilla starting screen.
And our level 3 for today going around that map is incredibly vertically oriented.
They're in the same room right now, I think, in level 3. Except Russian Bishop
for a
is
little
now,
bit, yeah.
Yeah, Russian Bishop going down now. JP was going up.
Yeah, that room on the right-hand side there is only ladder accessible.
By the way, we haven't actually gotten to do this yet. I don't think. So, chat, ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot for level 3 in the lower right corner.
And this is, since this is level 3 and it's another segment of level 3, this staircase JP is out, it has to be an item staircase, so we'll have to see what is lying in wait here.
Well, yep, that is definitely an item, and that is a rod. So that is as good as a white sword as you can get. And you can't find the white sword.
And with Wizards being on the overworld this time, it's going to be incredibly good for going through the dungeons quickly, because every single enemy in the dungeons will be vulnerable to this particular weapon. Well, every single weapon. Every single boss enemy, I should say.
Yeah, that's going to be a good item to have, as you were saying, as Darkfall's finding a heart container that we already know is an 8. That item is an item that, speaking of the rod, that hurts most enemies. I think the only one that can't, I think, is the Wizrobe, like you just said. And therefore, it's going to be good on pretty much anything. However, you still need to have the sword for Ganon, so you can't use it for Ganon. And one item that the runners will, especially JP now, will avoid picking up is the book, because the book doesn't do anything except add fire to it, which makes it the one bad for close quarter combat. So that's actually a detract.
Yeah, the one exception is that occasionally runners will pick up the book when they have the wand if they don't have a candle yet, because it is another way of getting into vanilla level 8, but it's very finicky, so most people don't bother with that.
A different reason I would have in mind is if the book was to be an atlas, which I think we did have in the Swordless tournament, so that made for some interesting decisions.
Yeah, that's also true. But we're not running, we're just running with the book being vanilla in this particular tournament.
Great manhandler kill by JP, and he moves immediately to the left of the next room. And the reward is a rupee boss.
Yeah, and that's the Triforce room being West Compass, so he's going to check out the one final room he hasn't been in yet that he can access to see if the final item in the dungeon is lying in wait there. And if not, we know that the final dungeon item, or the final item level 3 is in fact ladder blocked.
We'll find out as soon as we see these Gibdos fall. No item. I think he's been in that key door room already, so he's going to save his key. Unless I'm mistaken. He's checking if he can get around the other way, it looks like. And yes, he can. He's going to get in there right now. And he will confirm the Triforce is up there.
Yeah, it looks like 3 of our runners have in fact found a rod at this point and are making their way up through level 3 towards the Triforce room. Of course, clearing as much as they can along the way, because none of them have seen the floor drop in level 3 yet, which from our end we know is probably in one of the ladder blocking rooms.
So JP is, just to update all of our Triforce counts here. We have JP on 2 Triforces, Russian Bishop on 1, Dark Falls and Can't Find Bombs also on 2. Triforces found so far seem to be from all of levels 1 to 4 respectively. So we haven't found anything in 5 to 8 yet, but again, a couple of those levels we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah, I believe of the levels we've seen 1 through 4 and 6. We haven't seen 5, 7 or 8 at all yet.
Correct. Actually, no, we've seen 8. We've seen 8.
Oh yeah, we have seen 8. Never mind, I'm lying, yeah. Like a couple of runners spent a bunch of time in it and then gave up on it.
Exactly. Now one of those levels that we have not seen yet, 5, 7, or 9, is also located behind Recorder Lake. That will need the recorder. We do know that is required in order to get to that level, because you have to be able to get rid of the water. Dark Falls taking a death in that level and decides he's done, so he's done with level 8 for the time being.
Yeah, I don't blame any of our runners for leaving level 8 behind, because if you're having a rough time in the dungeon, it's usually better just come back later. You'll be more prepared. Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah, that's the key word, hopefully. He does have the blue ring, though. Looks like he did buy the blue ring. Unless that's his regular strength color.
He started with that color, as I recall.
Oh, he started with that color. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, him and Russian Bishop both started with similar to blue ring colors.
Oh, Russian Bishop got rid of the Manhandla and then took a death. I think that Manhandla is going to reappear, if I understand correctly.
Yes, it should. The rooms don't get saved, including boss kills, until after you have left the room normally. Which is also why, if you kill a boss and it is guarding a Triforce in that same room, if you pick up the Triforce, the boss will actually respawn. It's a very weird little quirk for the engine works.
I think, however, he did get the key out of that room before he got killed. I think he just landed on top of the key and then got killed, but maybe I saw that wrong. He may still have to grab that key there. We are being told that JP did buy the blue ring. We can see that since he is playing Link. His color would have started green. He is now blue. So, and JP is showing only to have 53 rupees remaining. So, definitely bought that blue ring.
That's a decent chunk of rupees for after having bought the blue ring there. And, as we mentioned earlier, this is a money-rich seed due to how big the large secrets are. So, nobody's wrong in buying that blue ring.
Dark Falls takes an overworld death. Can't Find Bombs is now exploring level 3. Russian Bishop is back in level... Well, or maybe hasn't left level 3 himself. He's still in there, too.
I believe both of them are clearing out from the last few rooms, just to double check whether they missed the fluid drop. Well, Russian Bishop's still making his way to the Triforce room, but he's in there right now, just has to clear the super dangerous rupee boss, and there it is.
I just realized that was the rupee boss room that the Triforce was in, so that, because he only took the one, I should say, Can't Find Bombs, I believe, took the 1 rupee before and left. He never got to see the Triforce was in that room, that's why he went back around to make sure he didn't leave anything behind when the rupees were all gone. Dark Falls getting a health refill. Definitely not a bad idea given how rough this season's been so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's only 2 of those fairy fountains out in the world, but they're very if you're nearby and you're no one else, you might as well make use of them. And Dark Falls is about to discover the vanilla rare ring shop.
Dark Falls is going to find the blue ring is in here and costs 251 rupees. So, news attained. I wonder if he's going to go grab some money now. Oh, Can't Find Bombs is going over to the level 9 area. Death Mountain.
Being appropriately named, apparently.
Oh! Takes a death on the way. He has to walk all the way back up there.
That's a rough spot to die. In general, overworld deaths are pretty costly if you're far away from start, and you normally are.
The good news is he does have the bracelet. If he wants, he could use the transport staircase, but it looks like he's gonna do something else instead, going to the level 4 location, it looks like. And there are bunnies on this screen. This,
yeah, that is one of those. Yeah, that is one of those screens, like, after he's done here in level 7, he's just gonna have to up and A out, because I'm pretty certain they're going to always spawn in the way and knock you straight back towards level 7.
Yeah, they're gonna send him back easily. So, yeah, you up and A out of here when you're done, most likely.
What a shape on that level 7.
Russian Bishop picking up his croissant, and Dark Falls is, oh, looks like he's picked up, I think that was a take any in that room, if I remember correctly.
That's a good question, and I'm not quite certain.
And Can't Find Bombs taking on the Manhandler right now. By the way, we have another ink blot to report on. Level 7, Can't Find Bombs has found the map. So, ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot. I'm going to say that's a man holding out a long stick.
I can see that. I can see that. The man with a very long nose, too.
JP getting to our Death Mountain location. Fun fact, that's our broadcast center next door. And there's level 5. So this means that the only level we have not seen is level 9, and we have not been in Recorder Lake yet. So that's got to be where level 9 is today.
That's the worst of places.
That's actually a pretty good place, since you have to have a recorder. The odds are high you're going to get the recorder by that point, but if that turns out to be a hard-to-find item for whatever reason, then that level 9 can be hard to get into, even when you have all the Triforces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but with the fact that we're gonna have to find the recorders in later anyway, so, you know. But one of the nice things about the Recorder Lake location in particular is that there's a ferry lake right next door, so if you do up an A and find the combat in that rough, you can at least always go back for a full refill very easily.
Absolutely, that is very handy to have it. I agree with you. JP down to half a heart. He has to be careful with his Dark Nut. He does get the kill. He does get the map. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot.
I mean, that's clearly somebody just with the mouth open.
I can see that. Russian Bishop is now exploring level 6. So we have all of our runners, level 3, level 6, level 7, level 5, all being explored by our 4 on-stream runners right now. Just a reminder, while we are at about the about 37-minute point of this race, just make sure to follow all these runners as well. They are putting on a good show for us here today, and they will all, as with all the other runners in turn, be qualifying for the brackets. All runners participating will qualify. So you will get to see all these runners again in the 1-versus-1 matches coming up in the coming weeks.
Yeah, the qualifiers were initially intended to actually do filter out runners, but sign-ups weren't large enough to make that necessary, so instead they're going to be used for seeding, which is also a really good way to use qualifiers. A lot of water in this level 5 JP is exploring.
That's another potential ladder block situation. This ladder could be important today.
Yeah, because many of the dungeons so far we've seen have had annoyingly placed mid rooms.
Well, the good news is, I don't think he tried the bomb on that wall yet, JP hasn't, so he's going to have to try that bomb. Oh, no, he can't. There's no room over there. So disregard what I just said. So the fact that JP has found 2 rooms that he can't... well, I take that back, because you can't go north from there either. That's a dead-end room. So he's ladder blocked from both north and south here. Going back over, he's ladder blocked from the north here. So that's already 3 rooms that are cut off. He's trying to find a way around. There is a door going up, and he's ladder blocked on the... Well, there's no room for it anyway.
It's a painful room, though. I can understand why you skipped this one earlier.
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially with 2 darkness on the other side of the water, you can't really reach them.
Yeah, because one of the wands can hit Dark Knights, it can only hit them with the actual hitbox of the wand itself, not with the projectiles it fires.
Well, they're both over here now, so he's alright now. I'll just avoid getting killed by him, and he's doing so far so good. One more. There we go. That was a key for all that. But that does open the shutter. He can go into another NSU room. By the way, something that happened on another screen here, and I didn't even catch. Apparently, the ladder was found in level 7. It looks like Can't Find Bombs did pick up the ladder.
Yeah, that's what we've been seeing. That's a major pickup. It usually is, but in this particular seed, it's an especially major pickup because so many of the dungeons seem to be blocked by the ladder, or if not completely blocked, at least very inconvenient to access without the ladder. I think JP is now actually completely locked out of the Lord End at level 5 because he doesn't have the ladder.
We're to find the Goma that cannot be assailed because we still don't have a bow. By the way, only 2 of our runners have checked the Armos item. The Armos item today is the silver arrows. So that is something that the runners will need to make time for.
Yeah, it's with it being in a vanilla location, for some runners that ends up being a late check just because they tend to leave off that particular area of the world until later in the game. So a lot of people like combining that, checking that Armos and going to the vanilla level 9 spot.
Dark Falls takes down the Rupee boss and gets his Triforce for taking down the boss. And JP is fighting the Gibdos right now. I think it's 4 hits with the wand I saw them taking earlier.
Yeah, it looks like it. It means they just kept their vanilla HP. And there's the Triforce in level 5.
Being asked in chat, Can't Find Bombs have the silvers? I didn't see that, so I'll have to get a look at his items for me to confirm. Or if there's a tracker that shows that, then we can assume that he does.
I know he was in the general area of the armor statues earlier, so he might have checked and grabbed them, but I didn't see him grab them, so I can't really confirm one way or the other. And the ladder in level 7 is a nasty one, because a lot of people don't like exploring level 7, and level 7 was also in a pretty out-of-the-way location, as I recall.
But what I've been seeing in the races that I've...
was the raft block, now I think about it, and the raft was in level 1, which was blocked by the candle, so kind of a little bit of an item chain going on.
What I've been seeing in the qualifier so far is level 7 tends to be an important level much of the time. And the good news is with this format, the fact that we're doing shapes, level 7 is not simply 33 rooms of pure torture. It is actually some random number of rooms of pure... Huh?
Yeah. One difference between shapes and the vanilla game is that level 7 actually tends to be a little bit smaller than level 8. But the two are still some of the bigger dungeons in the game. And our other item in level 3 was apparently a heart.
Go ahead.
Can't Find Bombs is now getting in the range where you can actually realistically check for the magic sword if he makes his way over to the graveyard. Got the amount that you need for the vanilla games. I believe at this point it's a 50-50 shot on just grabbing it.
Dark Falls finding the key after defeating those Gibdos. We are once again seeing 4 different levels under exploration here. So we have level 5 for Dark Falls, level 6 for Russian Bishop, level 1 for JP, and Can't Find Bombs left his level, so he's back in the overworld. Looks like JP has found his Triforce in level 1. We now have 2 runners in level 5. Both Dark Falls and Can't Find Bombs are exploring there.
Yeah, it looked like he accidentally got napped into the Triforce when killing the last enemy in the rooms. I imagine it's going right back in, which is just as well, because he's going to find the raft in there, and he's going to need that to get to level 7 and find the raft. Or not the raft, the ladder.
Russian is stopping by the friendly fairy fountain. And going to head. He can't go into level 9 yet, so there's no point going north here. And going to work his way through. I have a feeling he's going to go over to the left side, and I think he's going up to the vanilla level 6 location to get back into that level there. Or he'll go down to the Lost Woods.
Yeah, if you build the push area, you pick up another large set roof, which is always convenient.
And Darkfall's getting Y Force there, so he's probably going to head back into level 5, unless he's already got both items there.
As far as I could tell from when JP was exploring the dungeon, most everything in level 5 was ladder blocked, so I don't know how much Darkfall's explored. Looks like he didn't explore enough for his
yeah, he's not satisfied with it, so he's going to go back in. And we have a batch of Lionels here on JP's screen in level 1.
And the book in level 1. Nobody wants that.
Ah, was that the floor drop?
No, it was the stair item.
Oh, good. No one's going to be forced to take it then.
Yeah, everybody's gonna get a good look at it and be like, nope, I don't want that. And also, apparently, so at some point now we have the blue boomerang, the scrap metal, as a lot of people call it, lying at the coast. So nobody's gonna want to pick that up either.
Yeah, you absolutely. You know what? The way to put it is that, hey, these are all experienced runners. No one needs an instruction manual on how to use their rod. As Russian Bishop comes to Room of Lionels in level 4, those Lionels are also all over the place these dungeons today. Darknuts and Lionels, pretty much almost every dungeon. So this, as you said, this is a combat-heavy challenge right now.
It's making good, quick work from there. Doesn't get everything as a reward, unfortunately. It's the satisfaction of a Lionel room cleared well, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Bishop finds a bomb hole there and is going to find another doorway as a result. Gotta get some gels out of the way first. Oh, look at that! We have a Triforce in its vanilla room. Chat?
Yeah, we also find that the decidedly non-vanilla room Triforce on JP's side in the northeast corner of level 8.
Campfire Bomb is trying to maneuver around level 5. Actually, we should be looking more at him because he does have the ladder. So I'm going to see if he's finding anything level 5 here. Doesn't seem to have found anything useful so far. He did find a locked door up here, but I believe this was already accessible before, if I'm not mistaken.
This might have been a quite remembered full map that was explored by runners before.
Well, if there's a 4-drop in this room...
I think he's farther now than the other ones have been because he has the ladder.
Well, if this room is a 4-drop, at least he can pick it up. That's the good news about this. No 4-drop, though. Okay, this is definitely going to very likely be new territory for us if he goes up, but he has 3 keys. He's thinking about not using one here, I believe. And deciding... And I do see the silver arrows inventory, so that was indeed confirmed. We do have it lit up now. He tried a bomb hole and did not go north to check the key door. He's going to check this door instead. I like that. That possibly can serve as a key if he can get through, but he can't. He's going to have to check that room by itself. Unless he can clip over and try a bomb hole and have that work.
Yeah, he's probably going to try ladder clipping across here. Or just
Oh, the
checking
bomb
for
hole
more
worked. Look at that.
Oh, that's nice. Just needs to land and load the cliff, and there we go. We can check that room without wasting a key. And considering the low-key scenario he's in right now, that's a very good idea.
Ooh, it's a Goma
It's a
staircase. That's our item, and that is the recorder. We know that is the
Ooh,
required
that
item
is-
that will give access
That is
to level
very
9.
important. It's also rather unfortunate for runs who have already got the five triumphals who didn't go in here with the ladder, because they're gonna have to backtrack.
Yeah, that level 5, because our other runners are all missing the ladder, none of them have visited level 7 yet. So because they're all missing the ladder, that level 5 is going to be one of those levels that haunts the runners for a while.
Especially since, if I remember right, this level 5 was located at this vanilla level 9 spot, so it's the most out of the way it can be.
You are absolutely correct. It is the level 9 spot. So, yeah, that's a painful trek just to get something they need to go to the actual level 9 today. So this recorder could end up, as I suggested, being the troll item for a lot of our runners in this race today. Oh, that Darknet was taking advantage of JP. It was dodging all of his hits and finally stepped on him and forced him to take a death. Can't Find Bombs is using his freshly located recorder, and he's moving around between the dungeons, making this travel to go item hunting a lot easier. He is back in level 1. We know the book and the raft are both there. He already has the raft. That's not where he apparently wants to go. He's not going to leave now. JP's going to try another room of darkness, and he's going to try to kill this one. Oh, the ropes are in that room that guards the raft. Darkfall sees Dig Dogger and says he doesn't want to see Dig Dogger.
Yeah, I can't do much about him without that recorder.
And there's our level 5 map. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot.
It's got the top half of the level 8 dragon head on, also what to make of the bottom part.
I don't know what to call any of it. I'm just gonna call it a cactus.
The always correct option.
Either that or a space invader.
JP is on the right track now. He's exploring level 7, the location where Can Find Bombs found the raft earlier.
And JP finding his level 7 map, he gets to see the man holding a big stick, and a long travel awaits him if he can't staircase across. And he does succeed in both of his bomb hole explorations. There's that Triforce for level 1 for Darkfall's not picking it up yet. Obviously going to explore as much of this level as he can. He does need to get his raft out of here for sure. Can't Find Bombs meanwhile up to 12 hearts. I don't suspect any of our runners are going to make a play on the magical sword. You would only see that, I believe, if you were to find it in the level 9 and level 6 location, but it is still close enough that maybe some runners, if they don't have the white sword, may opt to do that just in case the combat level 9 is heavy.
Russian Bishop just found the bow in level 4, by the way. The first run for runners on stream to do so. And
Very nice.
Revisit for most of our runners except Can't Find Bombs, it looks like.
And he is the one runner who does not have the silver arrows from the Armo statue, so he can't do anything about that Goma. He's out of there.
Yeah. Looks like Russian Bishop is going to make his way up to the armors, which have the silver arrows now, so he's going to be well armed in a little bit.
You do see a compass for Dark Falls there. Of course, he doesn't need that. He knows what the Triforce was.
I mean, that's always when you find the compass. 12-3-4 already found the Triforce.
Every time. And that was actually 76 for the bomb upgrade. I got that number wrong earlier. So 76 for 4 bombs today. That's 19 rupees for each extra bomb you're able to carry.
Mm-hmm. A really good deal if you have the money.
It is. Which Dark Falls didn't.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
There was one of the heart containers level 7. Actually, that is the heart container from level 7. The other, of course, was the ladder. Which, by the way, JP will eventually be getting because he is in level 7 now.
Yeah, and from what I could tell earlier, there wasn't that much reason to leave this one early. His key situation is pretty dire, so he needs to use some keys to get the ladder. This might get unfortunate.
Dark Falls with an unfortunate overworld death there. Russian Bishop was trying to do a clip here. At least I believe that's what he's doing. It looks like that's what he's attempting.
Yeah, he's definitely setting up for wrapping onto the vanilla level 6 screen, and there he goes.
Made it. And he realizes that was a bad clip because there's a 2-column barrier there. He cannot actually walk into it that way. He has to walk around.
Yeah, at least there was only one barrier, one mountain barrier on the other side, so he could just walk back normally.
Correct. And Russian Bishop is back in level 4. I did find the silver arrows while he was outside. That's why he came back to level 4.
He must be wanting to take revenge on that Goma.
Yeah, you see enough of these Gomas in the scene. He wants to kill those creatures.
Looks like JP is, at his current amount of hearts, going to make an attempt at the magic sword. And it's
11.
Oh wow, that is super nice. So 11 hearts for the magical sword in this suit, and that's a major upgrade to your combat capabilities.
And apparently it's heavy. I'd believe it. It's a strong sword. So that means that if Can't Find Bombs wants to, he can also go pick up the magical sword right now. He doesn't know that 11 hearts was enough to pick it up.
No, he did not, but it works out.
Dark Falls does pick up the Triforce at level 7. That is now his 6th Triforce. Just to update our Triforce counts here, as we see on the trackers here, Can't Find Bombs is at 5 Triforce pieces. Russian Bishop is at 3, and JP is leading the pack, at least for our on-stream runners, at 7 Triforce pieces. Only has level 6 Triforce, but still has to find that bow. We know it's in level 4. Has to find the recorder. We know that's in level 5, all the way up on Death Mountain. And until he finds those things, he is not able to finish the game.
At least with the silver arrows, you have the safe knowledge that even if you have all 8 of the Triforces, none of those other key items can be in level 9, so if you didn't know, you'll have to revisit those if you don't find them elsewhere. But he's making his way back to level 4, where the bow is hiding, so that's good news.
Yes, he will find his bow while he is here. That will be another thing that he will definitely want, and then he just makes way back up to level 5, and he will pretty much be in what we call go mode at that point. So he's just hopefully he goes up the mountain when he's done here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He is in the right direction for being here, but at the same time, it's such a pain to revisit that location.
Now, if I remember, level 6 is in the level 3 location today, which is very close to where level 9 actually is the level 7 location, as he takes the death from the Lionels in that room. So that means I believe he's going to hold off doing level 6 until he finds his item. This is going to work out well because we know that both items level 6 for heart containers. He knows this too. He knows he doesn't have to rush back to level 6 to finish it. So he's going to find that item, then anything will get the Triforce and make the trip up to level 9 with full health.
Yeah, that's actually a really, it's a really good and very conveniently routed full health.
There was the ladder for Dark Falls. It was the floor drop at level 7. And then he sees a ladder block that blocks nothing. Every time.
Well, plenty of stuff that is actually blocked in this seat by ladder block, so that's a very pointless bait block there.
I would say so.
It doesn't really do anything if you can enter it from above, after all.
Dark Falls is working his way into what I refer to as the stick right now of this man holding a stick.
Yeah, it looks like it's a man holding a Patra.
Ooh. Yeah, that Patra did a number on Dark Falls there. He was trying to hit the bugs, but another bug hit him.
Yeah, and it's got cutting a diamond staircase too, so that might well be the other item in level 7, which I don't think we've seen yet. Well, maybe we have. Now I think about it.
Ooh, Dark Falls getting immediately eaten by a pancake.
Yeah, the pancakes in Zelda are not well behaved. They will eat you as much as you'd like to eat them.
And he dodged the Patra this time. This Patra is chasing him down, but he managed to avoid it. He's gonna try and clip in the staircase quickly and fail, so he has to dodge the Patra one more time. Gonna try the staircase again. Of course it goes over the staircase.
Exactly, it always goes to the most inconvenient spot it possibly can.
That could be a little salt-inducing there, and he immediately leaves. And luckily it does not get pushed back.
I'm really surprised, because enemies like that are really bad for pushing you back normally.
They are. Russian Bishop has had enough of this green tunic life. He's picked up his blue ring.
You could bring him a nice purple color instead.
My mom's just locating the book right now, so he naturally does not wish to acquire that.
Yeah, looks like he's making his way to the coast. I imagine he didn't check the coast item earlier. He's gonna be disappointed, but...
Yeah, not exactly the coast item you were looking for.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna make his way up to the raft take any, if I imagine. Probably picking up a medicine there, considering he already has so many hearts that he's guaranteed to get.
He went up there and then realized, why am I going up there, and turned around immediately and left.
Yeah, because he's got so many hearts that he's guaranteed to pick up the magic sword regardless of what it randomized to. how's the bow for JP, putting him one step closer to that go mode. He just needs to make his way back to level 5 to pick up the recorder there. Don't know what he has left to explore there.
Ball's picking up a key, and that's another thing we haven't picked up. We haven't seen the any key, the magical key yet tonight. So we don't know where that is located. That could be something that could be by the level 9. The key counts are very low right now for all of ours. 2 are running on 0 keys, 2 running on 2 keys each.
These are some incredibly low key counts. You don't see them this low this often, very often. Now the other end of that is that it might mean that a lot of the floor drops in level 9 are just regular keys too. Looks like JP is making his way to level 6, so he's going to dig out for items and the Triforce, and one of those is going to be good. The other items he doesn't really need at this point, because at least we know that both the items remaining here are hearts containers. Well, he's already got the magic sword.
JP is reaching across the ladder block segment to get the enemies there, finds nothing, and is continuing to explore level 6. So he is back at level 6. He does have everything except the recorder. And he takes a death to the lesser dangerous noodles in level 6. So he's still going to have to go looking up the mountain to level 5 to get that recorder, but he is coming out to level 6 Triforce to get that out of the way. I wonder if he's forgotten that he already picked up both heart containers here.
Yeah, I'm not certain. Dozolf just decided to get this out of the way while thinking about what to do next. Well, there's the Triforce in level 6.
Maybe he wanted the full health for the trek up Death Mountain. That is possible, because he can get the full health before going in 9 anyway.
That's true. Let's see what it does.
Oh, saving and continuing. So, goodbye health.
Yeah, he must be making his way to one of the other dungeons he hasn't fully cleared yet then.
Yeah, normally at this point, as Dark Falls finds his boat, we would be saying that JP has all 8 Triforces and would be going to level 9, but we know level 9 is behind the recorder at level 7's location today, and we know that he can't get in there yet, so we're going to hold off on that commentary. Dark Falls, meanwhile, wants to kill Goma. And fires the arrow in the wrong direction. That will not kill the Goma, so he's going to have to wait another cycle for the eye to open again. And there is the shot, and that's a heart container behind that Goma. Oh, we have Blue Danger Noodles in level 2 again.
Well, in this case, making short work of them because they were very polite in staying away.
Russian Bishop has the ladder. So let's review the go mode scenario here. As Dark Falls finds 10 hearts is not enough. You have to have 11 hearts for the magical sword today. That is 100% confirmed now. 11 is the magical number. So let's review our go mode scenarios here. We have Dark Falls looking for the recorder to get into and again, we're not counting the magical key in this. So recorder will get Dark Falls into a go mode scenario. Same with Russian Bishop. Same with JP. However, Can't Find Bombs has the recorder. What he needs is the bow in level 4, and he is not too far away from that. He is in level 4 right now, and he should find that momentarily. Will be our first runner to enter into go mode when he does.
It looks like he's also still missing the Triforce here in level 4, so it's going to be very nice for him, just finding 2 of the things he needs right here. But it didn't look like that Triforce and Wizard Red JP was taking was terribly hard to find in level 6, so he might be our first runner in level 9 at this rate.
Keep in mind that we are following a number of racers in this race today. In fact, a quick survey of the room, there's not that many in this race. I think a lot of people were happy with their qualifying position and decided not to partake in this one. Plus, we have a lot of our runners also taking part in the shenanigans going on in the Link to the Past marathon going over on the main channel right now, because one of our tournament admins was going against Fred Coughlin in the crowd control race and Link to the Past randomizer tonight. So that's where a lot of those runners were hanging out. So not a very populated race. We will follow, of course, where all of the runners in this race do finish, as when we have our first finisher here on the stream. Assuming any have finished yet.
Yeah, speaking of finishing, it looks like Can't Find Bombs has his bow out of the 4 now, and so he's the first runner in go mode with 2 Triforces to go. JP, meanwhile, is digging level 5 right now, which is also where he needs to be, because this is where the recorder is found. It's actually going to be an exciting race between the two of them to see which of them enters 9 first.
Dark Balls is going for the recorder right now. He doesn't know it yet, but maybe he does have it figured out. That's where it has to be now. So yeah, him and JP are both going to be up there. JP is going to have all of his Triforces when he gets this recorder, so he can go straight to level 9. Dark Falls still has to pick up 2 Triforces, level 6 and level 8.
Yeah, Can't Find Bombs, meanwhile, is just Triforce 6 away from being able to explore and try and figure out where Zelda and Ganon are hiding.
The race right now, in my opinion, is between Can't Find Bombs and JP. If Can't Find Bombs get this Triforce around the same time that JP gets his, or maybe slightly behind when JP gets his recorder, then that will make this a very close race entering level 9.
Yeah, definitely.
Dark Falls, meanwhile, is also in the same level 5 that JP is in right now. However, he does still need the 2 Triforces. He will be a little bit behind if things go as they currently are and in entering level 9. That Dark Nut is being a tease today.
Yeah, I do that sometimes, but at the same time, if you have the ladder and in your room, that easy if it's kind of tedious to take out. If I remember right, this diamond stack is guarded by this goal and might be where our recorder
I think this is it. I think this is it. It definitely is. So at this point, at 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 56 seconds, he has not picked it up yet. Now he has. He is now in go mode. And he is quickly getting out of here as Can't Find Bombs scrambles to find the Triforce in level 6 so he can also make his way to level 9. He is already in go mode. He just needs that Triforce piece. I don't believe that was a randomized whistle tune, so he must have that turned off, whoever's audio we're on, JP, I believe.
Yeah, I just switched the audio to JP because he's entering level 9 and we want to hear the roar of Ganon.
Yes, we want to hear Bacon.
Because that is one of the primary ways of finding Ganon in level 9 is the fact that he is loud, he likes making noise, you will hear him if you're in the room neighboring him. That is one of the easiest ways to find him.
Also, look at the heart count for Can't Find Bombs. 15 hearts he has to refill as he's picks up that Triforce in level 6. He is on his way right now with full health to level 9.
Looks like the first room in level 9 is blocked somehow. It's a bomb hole.
Happens sometimes. So he didn't want to waste. He didn't have a bomb. Speaking of, well, Can't Find Bombs has plenty of bombs. It's JP who can't find bombs right now. Oh, he found bombs.
Well, that was convenient. And it being a drop room, he doesn't even have to bother killing the Ganon to check if this is dead, because there won't be.
I'm gonna just say that was a reverse commentary curse. Commentary blessing, I guess. And that magical sword makes these fires very, very squishy.
Yeah, which is also very convenient because fires are bomb dropping enemies. Now he's up to his, I believe, cap of 8, because I don't think he wanted bomb upgrade at
I
any point.
believe you are correct.
But yeah, look at that. But 2 runners in the same room. at the
Oh,
same
that
time,
didn't take
and-
long. Magical key.
Oh wow, that is an incredibly convenient magic key find. Going from having 2 keys to having all the keys is always nice.
Especially in level 9 where key doors can be everywhere and you have to go through them to get to Bacon and Girl. You're going to take out the orange noodles right now, and 5 rupees is not worth it when you have 100.
That shut door is opening. That's is not the room with Zelda is hiding. It's one of the other things in rooms that I'm looking for. This honestly haven't killed Ganon. It's a shutter door that won't open, because there will be one of those, possibly a couple of those, leading to one particular room that's hiding Zelda.
It's worth knowing that room that JP was just in could not be one of those. There were 2 shadow doors. I think you just said that, or just confirming that. That would never be a case where the girl's door is located. The only exception to that would be Ganon's room itself, because, well, remember Ganon's room in the vanilla game did have 2 locked doors, shutter doors.
Yeah, and of course Ganon seals any non-bomb hold doorways the moment you enter his room.
I actually remember seeing that once in the one shutter door exited into a shoot room where the girl was located. That was priceless. So rush, just to catch up on our top runners here. I hear Ganon, by the way. So it's north, south, east, or west of where JP is right now. It was not to the west, so it's one of the other 3. Catching up on our top runners, Dark Falls did pick up his level 6 Triforce. He's now up to 7 Triforces. Russian Bishop is a little behind. 4 Triforces still to go. He's working at level 6, level 8 right now.
And it looks like Ganon is out of that particular mode room. Gonna try bombing in there. Nope.
Nope.
But also a convenient path to the south of the room to the west of here, so there might just be a path to Ganon there.
We're gonna find out as he goes down. There is the doorway. It's a locked door. He has the any key. He doesn't care. He's gonna go in, and ladies and gentlemen, for the first time tonight, here's Ganon. And with the magical sword, it's a nice, convenient 4 hits.
Yep, just need to get those hits in. Those tricky to hit Ganon, though he does move in a fixed pattern.
No stun lock at all, but I'm gonna use the help just to be safe.
Yeah,
Bit of a wait for 13 hearts.
Yeah, it's still faster than taking a death at this point. That's really all that matters.
That's right. He does have the blue ring as well, so he's only taking half a heart damage from the fireballs. He just didn't want to be high roll driver like he was right there. That's 4 hearts he lost. I think that he might have still survived even without the health refill, but doesn't hurt to be safe.
Yeah, and with Ganon dead for JP at this point, he is instead looking for a shutter door that just opens the moment he enters the room, even if there are still enemies in it, because that is now how you recognize where Zelda's room is.
Can't find bombs, uses a bomb, and finds nothing, so that was a failed game of find that bomb hole. I believe he actually is hearing Ganon from the south of where he is located, so he needs to go probably to the left. There's probably a door up. No, there wasn't a door up. Maybe there's a bomb hole up there. No!
It doesn't look like it. He'd have to take a staircase to get around then.
Yeah, he has to find another route.
Yeah, JP approached that area from the north side, so...
Ganon's room had an entrance from the right. I don't know if he's able to get to the right side. But it looks like he must have explored that right because he's going down now. He's going to catalog that for later.
Oh, and JP just had a shutter door open the moment he entered the room, and I do believe there
Could be it. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat. We can now confirm that JP has finished. with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 34 seconds. The question is, did he win the race? The answer is he came in 5th place. So we did have a few finishers already in the meantime. And given the time that JP had, we actually have some much quicker times that are actually not surprising given the names of 2 of the runners that have them especially. So going back up in 4th place, we have Thurwolf at an even hour and 23 seconds. Crystal Saver at 58 minutes and 15 seconds came in 3rd place, 58.15. Breasticle came in 2nd with a 57.45, and sniping him for 1st place by 11 seconds. Official time 57.34. The winner tonight, Unos. Get your GGs in chat for all of them.
Yeah, very well done for those. All of the runs were finished so far.
And I do see JP hanging out in the setup room, so once he is confirmed good, we should be able to talk to him.
Yeah, and Can't Find Bombs is working on his Ganon fight right now. Just 3 more stabs? 2 more stabs? Just 1 more, and there goes Ganon for Can't Find Bombs. And we are joined.
I don't think he found the shutter door yet, if I remember correctly. And go ahead.
Yeah, we are joined by our winner on the restream at the very least, JP. How are you doing, JP?
Pretty good considering. I didn't think I was going to win that on the restream.
Yeah, you were ahead for a large part of the race actually on stream, so well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, it came down between you and Can't Find Bombs on the bottom. You Can't Find Bombs, the difference with him is he had the recorder actually very early. He found the recorder at level 5 before everyone else. And in fact, our other 2 runners, Dark Falls and Russian Bishop, are still looking for that recorder. They're at Russian Bishop is in 5 right now. Dark Falls is actually in level 8. He's not even in level 5.
Wow, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to catch my breath a little bit from that one.
Yeah, that's very, very well done on your top 5 finish.
Thank you. I did not think I was going to finish top 5 in any of these qualifiers. So this is a really good confidence booster going into the bracket.
That indeed it would be. And I need to update on a finish here. We have Can't Find Bombs finishing officially with an official SRL time of 1:22:39. No, I'm reading that wrong. 1:22:29 in 6th place. So get your GGs in chat for him. We'll have him see if he wants to join us in a moment as well. So now that... Go ahead.
So there was suddenly a lot of ladder blocks to see, weren't there?
Yeah, it seemed that way. I know it was ladder blocked out of a couple dungeons. I had to leave and come back. Trying to think what was ladder blocked. The recorder, I guess, wasn't if it was found early.
No, I'm pretty certain it was. Can't Find Bomb just happened to pay a fist to 7 and get the ladder significantly earlier than most other people did.
Yeah,
that's
actually,
fair.
Yeah, that's true as well. He was in level 7 early, and he was in level 5 early, and got both those key items. So those were the decisions that gave him, in my opinion, an edge in terms of running. But then he just was behind on the Triforce acquisition in comparison. He got the items from those locations, but didn't have the Triforces. You had the Triforces, but you didn't have the items. So that's what the difference came down to.
Well, it's fair enough. See, the red ring was a 9. I'm so glad I bought that blue ring then.
Indeed. That was a heavy combat seed as well.
It definitely felt that way. It was also good to have a lower rolling magical sword for once.
Yeah, just 11 hearts this time.
I will ask this, what was your reaction to seeing Wizrobe on one of the first screens?
when they say wizards in the overworld, it's kind of good and bad. It's good because you know you're not going to have to be forced combat in dungeons, but bad because you know, you're going to take a couple deaths. So I think I prefer them in the overworld, but not by much.
Yeah, it all depends a little bit on where they decide to spawn. And this particular overworld wasn't too bad for the spawn points. Like, the worst I saw was that there were a couple of them out of level 2. Vanilla level 2, that is.
After the race earlier today, I'm sure everyone was happy to see them on the overworld. They were in 5 dungeons in the other race.
Oh, that's rough.
But Lionels are just as bad in the dungeons. In fact, with the sword they fling at you, taking, I believe it's 2 full hearts each time, green tunic. That's potentially just as painful as the wizards if you get a bunch of them.
Yeah, definitely. But we've also been joined by Can't Find Bombs, who actually was pretty good at finding bombs this particular game.
I mean, later in the seed I was. Early on, I was actually having some trouble. I was
That's
not
true,
getting any of
actually.
the global bombs.
You were actually the only learner on stream to not get a bomb from the first bomb-dropping enemy kill, so...
Yeah, I was too
That
fast.
was partly true.
I was too fast. I needed to wait like 2 or 3 more seconds, and I would have gotten it. I never quite up that on the ball. Yeah, that seed was... I know there have been plenty of worse, but that seed was not that pleasant. How's everybody else doing on it?
Well, just to update what we have on the restream right now. I did see, by the way, there was another finish I just want to report in the SRL channel. We actually... I don't believe he's part of the actual tournament, so I won't actually report his time, but another runner that we do have who is in the tournament, I believe, Sis Crusher with a 124.23, so get GG's in chat for him. To catch up on the runners on the streams, to go back to my original thought, and sorry if I cut you off there, dude. Dark Falls is just making his way up to level 5 again right now. He checked pretty much every other level before coming up here, looking for that reporter. He's finally going to get out level 5. Russian Bishop has been a little bit slower in completing the Triforces in the Dungeons and Seed. He's actually just got the level 5 Triforce. He's continuing to dig looking for the item right now. He will find the reporter again in level 5, then both those guards will be in go mode as well.
Recorder is the last go mode item. I actually can't remember what my last go mode item was. I didn't realize I was in go mode, and then I was just like, I got something, and I got the bow, and then I looked at my tracker, and I was like, wait a second, I got everything else. And then,
That was your go mode.
yeah, which was really frustrating because there were a couple of bow blocks that I would have loved to not have. I went back to 1, which was probably not my brightest move, to check those out. I went back to 8, which actually gave me my 14th heart, I believe, which guaranteed the magical sword.
Yeah, of course, this was the one seed in which it was actually available a little early, so, you know.
Oh, was it? I would have...
It's available at 11 hearts this time around.
Oh, yeah, I would have gone over there earlier. I didn't want to mess with it because there was nothing at, like, level 4 was over there, and I think I was ladder blocked in 4, so I wasn't going to mess with that one. And then by the time I had the ladder, I also had 1 billion hearts.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
Something worth knowing as well, the white sword, I don't think we ever commented on it, was the 3rd item in level 8, so that's where that was today. But magical sword, 11 hearts was enough to pick that up, and we did see one runner do that, and then we saw Dark Falls try with 10, and he wasn't able to. So we know for sure it was 11 today for magical sword.
And speaking of Dark Falls, he's just now picking up the recorder, which should put him in go mode as well.
And a couple of rage arrows fired at it as he came around to get it.
Yeah, I just got sick of digging level 8. You could probably, if you were watching my stream, you could probably tell the moment at which I stopped hating the seed.
Yeah, I think everybody on the restream had troubles in level 8 because it wasn't. At least early on, it was a nasty one. Yeah.
At least it didn't have
lots of required blue dark notes.
By the way, we just heard the whistle tune as well, and I would say name that tune, but Can't Find Bombs is already providing the answer.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I've got two small kids, so that song is a pretty frequent occurrence in my house.
Yeah, it's an easy one anyway.
Good old Mary had a little lamb.
The recorder music has been super on point. I've laughed out loud multiple times.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite features of the randomizer now, just all the different recorder tunes. There's a very good variety of them as well.
And if you don't know what it is, it's probably Final Fantasy.
When it first came out, it was a lot. There was a lot of there was some interesting classical music, just like stuff that not everybody was familiar with. Now it's mostly video game music. Did we ever see the Red Ring?
I don't think anybody found. I'm not certain if anybody found the Red Ring, but it's set on the tracker as level 9. But I think that might have been by process of elimination.
Yeah, because I didn't find it in level 9. I just found the any key in 9.
Yeah, the any key in 9. Oh my god, I was
very
like,
convenient any key considering the rest of the suit was so key staffed.
I had one
Force
key.
even now is entering 9 with 0 keys, which isn't that unusual.
I was actually seriously considering going, because I had full money and I had nothing to spend it on. I mean, I was considering buying the blue ring, but then I was like, I should go hunt down the cheap key shop and buy like 6 keys, because I still had 2 of my 100 secrets available, and they were like 130, so I could have probably bought 4 or 5 keys, but I was like, heck with it, I'll go into 9.
Yeah. I remember I walked into 9, I had 2 keys and no bombs, and I'm like, this could be bad. And then the first room I walk into, I find bombs, so I'm like, okay, that's good. Then I go through that first staircase, I skip it, I see a key block in the next room, I'm like, I'll take the staircase first. And there's the any key. I was so relieved at that moment.
Yeah, I said a couple words. I'm glad my microphone was muted when I said that any key.
Yeah, because, well, somebody else is just about to have that exact same revelation.
Yeah, I bet Dark Falls is probably uttering precautionary words of his own.
Yeah, he's probably even more PogChamp than I was.
So yeah, he picks up his magical key, and now he's going to be happy he can finally freely open locked doors everywhere.
Although I have to say, it seemed like this probably would have taken me 2 hours not that long ago. So, yeah, it was tough to get started, but I can't be too mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the important thing is to be happy with the time you've got, and it sounds like you are.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the week 5 strats are kind of counterintuitive. I found myself doing a lot better by doing all of my overworld exploration early, and not doing too much digging unless I find, like, level 1 or something. Because at least then I know where everything is, and I know, like, if I know level 8's going to be if I know level 1's going to be recorder blocked, or if I know I'm not going to be able to get in, it'll change the way I prioritize digging the other levels.
Because while I'm watching Dark Falls, that Ganon, hearing the Ganon noise the first time really threw me off, because I wasn't sure what room it was coming from to start.
Yeah,
it's actually funny because JP entered the way that Dark Falls is finding it this way, but Can't Find Bombs came in from the south and heard it from below. So we actually had 2 different approaches, and Can't Find Bombs had to find a different way around.
Yeah, I couldn't get there, and then I looked at my map and I realized that I knew exactly how to get there. But it involved about 45 seconds of walking, which was not pleasant when you're staring down a possible 5th place finish.
By the way, we're catching up on Russian Bishop. He is going into level 9 right now himself. And Dark Falls, meanwhile, has created bacon.
Very nice. The Russian Bishop is...
This seems a relatively benign level 9.
Yeah, after
Russian
this...
Bishop,
after earlier today, it was definitely benign.
Russian Bishop is improving pretty quickly. I think he's like brand new at Zelda 1 Randomizer, and his times are coming down pretty impressively.
I personally was not familiar with him myself. I think this is the first time I've seen him myself. in a race. So yeah, he's not doing too badly for a newer runner. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I got into a little chat with him a few weeks ago after he was on the restream, and I was watching him, and he's like, he's improving a lot quicker than I did when I was brand new at this. I'll tell you that. And I mean, I run vanilla Zelda 1, so it's not like I'm not familiar with this game.
It's always a bit rough to adjust from vanilla to randomizer or the other way around.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. This is like my first tournament for this, and it's definitely been an adjustment. I've been glad to have a tournament like this one where the flags are a little bit on the easier side compared to what I've generally seen in like daily races for this.
Yeah, the no cave shuffle is a pretty interesting twist. On one hand, I'm enjoying it. On the other hand, I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to randomize all the things.
Mm-hmm. There's something very satisfying about encountering the overworld.
It kind of makes for quicker seed times too. I still remember the Swordless tournament. We had some races, and I called at least a couple of them that went over 3 hours just to complete them. And even a race that where Crystal Saber won the race was over 2 hours because it was just that difficult to seed. So I think the idea was to go to easier flags to also be more welcoming to newer runners as well at the same time. So this is actually getting a lot of newer runners involved in the tournament, which is a good thing for the community.
Yeah, definitely. And I know these seeds are fairly. These flags are pretty intuitive for vanilla players as well. I know there's a few top vanilla players in this who don't play a whole lot of randomizer, so that's fun too.
I agree with that. As Dark Falls finishes with an official SSL time of 1 hour 36 minutes and 6 seconds, we'll see if he wishes to join us. In fact, yeah, we'll see. We'll find out in a moment if he wishes to join us. And there he is. So we can now welcome Dark Falls to the broadcast booth and GG.
Yeah, GG on your finish.
He might not have been ready for Mike yet, so we'll give him a minute there.
Yeah, no, that wasn't GG. That was a very ugly race. I did not play well at all.
Yeah, I don't think any of us did.
Yeah, it was a rough seed in some ways. Like a lot of I think all of you ended up doing a fair bit of backtracking just due to the way the dungeons were laid out.
The only person who really had the items, I think, locked down was Can't Find Bombs. He did get to level 7 quickly to get the ladder. He did get to level 5 quickly to get the recorder. But I think Combat and Triforce collection was what was slowed down there. And he also didn't find the bow. He needed to go back to the bow himself. That was his go mode item. Everyone else needed the recorder for go mode. And in your case, Dark Falls, you pretty much last location, I think. You pretty much dug every other dungeon before you went back up that mountain.
I had 2 items left in 8, which I wasn't touching unless I absolutely had to, because that enemies that was awful. But yeah, 14 deaths, that just isn't going to cut it, and I'm just really disappointed.
Understandable.
Wait, did I really only die 6 times? I feel like I died a lot.
Yeah, I was a little surprised I only died 9 times. Definitely there was just some big combat rooms, though. That was definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, I was too stubborn in 8. I died way too many times in 8.
I found the wand fairly early on, which helped a ton, especially when Withrobes are in the overworld.
Yeah, everybody got really good use out of that wand. I think everybody actually found that stream at almost the same time. Or the ones at almost the same time on the stream, which was kind of funny to see.
I mean, when you're dealing with Darknets and NSU rooms, abusing the wand's hitbox is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My major issue, more so than combat, was the keys. I couldn't find keys anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Same.
Level 9 wasn't so friendly in that regard.
Yeah, how PogChamp were you when you saw the any key?
Yeah.
Well, I had 0 keys, and I had no other place to go.
Yeah, I saw that. I had 1 key when I got it, and I was seriously considering before I even went into 9 going to buy some keys, and I'm glad I didn't, because I would have wasted 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm just keeping an eye on the SRL channel and also watching where Russian Bishop is right now. He is coming close to the girls' room right now. In fact, I think he is one room away now. There is actually, yeah, there it is. Actually, that was it. So there he is. Get your GGs in chat for Russian Bishop. He has finished with an official time of 1:39.48. Not to be outdone, right behind him, Will J. Bradley came in with a 1:40 even, a flat 1:40. So get your GGs in chat for him as well. And we'll stop tracking the finishes from there. There are still a few other runners in the race. The race will continue in the background. We'll see if Russian Bishop does wish to join us.
I'm gonna pop off and get ready for bed. But GG to all the racers, and thanks to Cyclone and Dude for commentary. It doesn't say on the thing who was tracking, but thanks to the tracker. And have a good evening, everyone.
Is it Fry Teeth? I'm just gonna use these in the setup room.
Yeah, I don't think he ever came up to the main channel. I think it is Fry Teeth.
Yeah. But I'm gonna jump off as well. So yeah, thanks guys for calming and tracking and for the restream.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for allowing yourself to be restreamed.
Yeah, have a good night.
Have fun in brackets, everyone.
Yes,
same.
Good luck. Can't find bomb in brackets. I agree.
Yep, same to you guys.
So, and I don't know if Rush Bishop is going to join us. I will check quickly in the channel if he is joining us. In the meantime, while we wait to see if Russian Bishop wants to join us, I'm going to see if we can. We don't have any information on any upcoming races because obviously the bracket reveal is tomorrow. And I don't know the exact time for you, but that's been set. So perhaps someone in chat might be able to help me with that if they know. But it will be sometime tomorrow. That will be revealed here on Speed Gaming, the bracket reveal. And I'm going to see if I can actually find that information very quickly here. While we're at it, let me remind you there's also the regular weekly race that's going to be taking place here tomorrow. The weekly race is at 10 o'clock Eastern Time every Sunday. And this week we are doing the tournament week 5 brackets that we just saw. It looks like we're going to be seeing the exact same brackets or exact same settings in that race that we saw in tonight's race. So that is also going to take place tomorrow. But that race is a weekly race. It will not count as a qualifier. Today was the last qualifier, so keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, from now on, any matches for the tournament itself will be live matches between actual runners.
That's right. The upcoming races in this tournament will all be 1-versus-1 matches, and they will start. I don't know the exact start, but I assume it's as soon as they know their opponent, they can schedule their matches. So they will be coming up, definitely starting in the coming days here.
Yeah, the admins have asked us that once it has been revealed that we don't schedule our first race until Monday, but yeah, it's going to be soon enough.
Correct. And it looks like Russian Bishop was able to join us, so GG, Russian Bishop.
Thank you very much there. GG to everyone else.
Now, I understand that, and this is actually the first time I've seen you on Restream. I understand you are one of our newer runners. So, first of all, how are you? And let's me ask this question first. How did you find that seed went tonight?
I found it a little frustrating at first. I just kept banging my head up against the wall with my combat there, and it was just like pure frustration at one point, and I just had to kind of take a breath there and try to realize where I was missing, and then I headed up to
Yeah, everybody ran into that problem at the beginning here. Or at least everybody on the stream ran into the same problem at the beginning here, actually just banging their heads against the wall to find something that actually works.
Did you, now I'm just curious because, again, like I mentioned earlier, you are a newer runner, so I just want to follow your thought process as to what led you to make certain decisions in the seed. What was your decision-making behind, I guess, getting to level 5? Because I think you were a little further behind in the Triforces. Was there some decision-making involved, or was it just a case where the combat was heavy and it caused some difficulty?
Well, it was pretty much the combat was heavy for me, and I was just kind of like scrambling around to just see where I can penetrate into, because I was just seemed like I was getting blocked everywhere I went. And then I went on my way up to 5, Vanilla 9, and then I ended up taking that death up there, and I haven't gone back there quite a long time. And then when I realized I needed the flute, I figured it was probably up there. Or
Yeah, that recorder was indeed the go mode item for 3 of our runners today. The only one who wasn't go mode for it was Can't Find Bombs, who when he found that and the ladder very early. It was actually the bow for him that he needed for go mode. It came to be a close race between him and one of our other runners. That was JP. Him and JP on the bottom were pretty much level 9 at the same time ahead of the other 2 of you. So that was that recorder was the difficult item tonight from the looks of it.
yeah, I was kind of trying to look for the red ring as well, but I didn't come across it, so I had to do some money grinding to grab that blue ring, because again, combat was kicking my butt. And if I wouldn't have died up there at 5, I would have got that flute a little bit early and would have had a little easier time getting around.
You will not be surprised to learn, I believe, that there's a good reason you could not find that red ring.
And what would that be?
It was in level 9.
Go figure.
We did not see it, but it was a process of elimination because every other item had been found, and we've seen pretty much every heart in the game. Can't Find Bombs, in fact, I think had 15, maybe all 16, but definitely at least 15 hearts. So process of elimination left it to be in level 9 because it was pretty much the only thing left to be found.
Well, then I'm kind of glad it didn't look too hard for the red ring, or else we would still be watching me bang my head up a wall.
So with that said, how are you enjoying your time in the Zelda 1 community so far?
I am loving it. I love the community. I actually started my randomizer career with Final Fantasy randomizer, and then Ice Blue just said, "Hey, come on over and give this a try," and here I am.
I know Ice Blue. He's definitely involved in both communities and definitely a favorite runner for a lot of people in both communities. So, yeah, very familiar with him as well. I think it was actually through him I learned about the Final Fantasy one, since you mentioned that. And I started watching that through him as well. So, definitely also another good community. And I don't want to obviously say anything different with Final Fantasy randomizer. It's just as good a randomizer. They also have a great group of people over there. So another community you can, those of you watching, can all take part in. I'm sure we'll have another tournament in that in the future here as well. You can watch. But definitely, you are definitely welcome here in the Zelda 1 randomizer community. We were told earlier by I don't remember who said it, Can't Find Bombs or JP, possibly both of them. They noticed you're one of the new runners. They were actually saying some very positive things about you while you were still running. They seem to think you're improving very well. Which, when runners like that are seeing it, that's a pretty good sign that you're going in the right direction here.
I'm glad to hear that. I think if I can try to get some of those kind of like the block clips and all that a little bit better, I could shave off some more time there. But it's just more practice for me here to come. But I'm enjoying myself regardless. I can't wait till the brackets start, and I love it. So thank you for all having me. Thank you everybody for watching me, and you all have a good evening.
And thank you for running, and thank you for letting us showcase you here on the final qualifier, the final qualifier of the tournament prior to the bracket reveal. Just to remind everyone about the bracket reveal one more time, that bracket reveal is going to be tomorrow. I am trying to see what time that is, but I don't think we have it on the schedule quite yet. So keep an eye out for that. It will show up on the Speed Gaming schedule. You can go to speedgaming.org/schedule sometime tomorrow morning, and you will be able to see if you keep checking throughout the day when that appears. It'll be probably in the afternoon or evening Eastern time. That would be my guess. So start checking sometime in the morning for that. Meanwhile, in terms of other events that are on the schedule right now, there is a marathon going on Speed Gaming Main right now. That is a Link to the Past marathon, and that includes Randomizer as well. There is a multi-world randomizer going on over there right now, so feel free to go check that out. Meanwhile, coming up on Speed Gaming 2, there's going to be a Metroid Prime race coming up in about 10 minutes from now. So you can check that out as well if you prefer that. Some other things that I see coming up tomorrow. It looks like there's a Mario Kart 64 event of some sort getting underway here. That's a new event. I see some Final Fantasy Total Chaos tournament action, some Super Metroid Randomizer, Combo Randomizer with Link to the Past and Super Metroid. Lots of things to check out here on Speed Gaming tomorrow and tonight. So make sure you stay with us and keep watching, and we'll be happy to have you for that. So before we do wrap, I just want to again thank Fry Teeth, our tracker here. Any last thoughts from you tonight?
I would just like to thank you for the pleasant time commenting on this seed.
Fair enough, and thank you as well for the same. And I want to remind everyone, make sure you follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6 as well. And make sure that'll keep you aware of all the events that are going on here. I also want to throw a shout out to Randomania. Even though the qualifiers are over, I think some of our races will still be on Randomania. So make sure you follow Randomania and Randomania 2 through 4 as well to catch any races that take place over there in this tournament. As it will be split between both networks most likely for many of the bracket races. So keep an eye on both sets of channels for information on all the upcoming races. With that said, nothing else to really report on here for our international broadcast tower right now. So I just want to say thank you, chat, for being with us as well. If it wasn't for you, we would just basically be sitting here talking to ourselves. So thank you for watching us sit here talk to ourselves, and we'll be happy to chat more in the future races and commentate on those future races. All the races coming up will be 1v1. Stay tuned for the bracket reel tomorrow, and we'll see you in a future race. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.